Alright then, hi everybody. Thanks for clicking on this second podcast of mine. These are 15 to 25 minute-ish videos. So you can just click on it while you're doing some work, such as gardening, or on the way somewhere. You can just listen in on my podcast. Anyways, we could talk about anything really, so let's start off with luck. Now, some people are just very lucky, I guess. Some people have all the luck in the world. And that may be one of you out there. Or maybe the person watching right now has no luck, really. They guess, they get it wrong. Their luck is non-existent. Well, and other people will say luck doesn't exist. Well, some could say that. I mean, true. They may say, "Oh, it's just coincidence." That may be true as well. Luck, it could be coincidence. It could be luck. But coincidence and luck are not the same things. Being lucky is like winning the lottery, as a basic example. If you're lucky, you'll win. But some might say, if you're lucky, then that's just a coincidence. They can be used interchangeably, but they're not the same things. So, would you say that people have all the coincidence? I believe you would say it was a very good coincidence, maybe? A good history of coincidences. And some other people might say, luck is based on statistics. And that could be true as well. All these terms could be true, and they could all be false. It's very interesting. Luck. Well, I'm just extending my sentences now. Might as well switch to another topic. Yeah, Alvin.
Huh?
What should I talk about now?
Don't know.
Alright, I'll talk about Shrek, the Shrek franchise. Let's see. Hold up now. Let's exit out of this. Alright, the Shrek franchise. Well, in my opinion, I would have to say that, let's see. Go to Shrek movies. Out of all of them, my favorite Shrek was probably it has to be the first one. Nothing tops the first Shrek. It was the best. Without a doubt, it was the best Shrek. You see, because nothing topped it. It told of the adventure of Shrek, and it really delved into the story, because Shrek was just a new character, and it really helped the plot and things like that, and the villain was just hilarious. It was a very good movie. But Shrek, the first Shrek, can only be rivaled with Shrek Swamp Karaoke. Now, that was just a masterpiece of film. It really cannot be topped. It was just amazingly good. But, let's see, in my opinion, the worst Shrek movie had to be Shrek Forever After. It was really confusing. I mean, I like the plot where it was an alternate timeline, things like that. Everything changed, but it just didn't fit the Shrek theme. It felt different and not right. So that's why Shrek Forever After it's mostly known as the worst Shrek movie. Now some may dispute that Shrek Forever After was a very good movie, and I guess you could say that as well. Shrek Forever after all, did have many new concepts and ideas, and it was experimental. And I like that part about Shrek Forever After, but it just, I don't know, it didn't stick. It was very different, and, it takes some time to adjust to that. But, let's see. Back to Shrek 1. Now, it was a good movie because of its main villain, Lord Farquaad. Now, Farquaad was a very good villain. Farquaad. Yeah. The creators really put a lot of thought into that, and the villain feel was really there, He had this type of flair to him, Lord Farquaad. Lord Farquaad. So, yeah, he had, like, his own character instead of just the generic, oh, I'm a bad guy, villain, I mean, Rumpelstiltskin in Shrek Forever After had that as well. Just he was more of the crazy type, like the Joker in the Shrek universe. Now, let's see. The rest of the movies. Now, Shrek 2, that was alright with Prince Charming and all that. But he was kind of the generic villain, since they kind of had to put him in there. So, it was alright. His characteristics were alright. That movie was fine, I guess. Overall, it was alright. Now, Shrek the Third. That was a good movie. I'll put it second on my list, or third. That was a good movie, mainly because of its comedic influence. It was a good movie since, it was jam-packed full of comedy, really. Nothing could really do anything. It was funnier than Shrek 1, but less character development, I should say. Because it was jam-packed full of jokes and things like that. And it followed the story of Shrek adjusting to his new life in his kingdom. No. It was funny. And it has a sad scene of the king dying. But overall, I thought that was a very good movie. Had more comedy, and overall, it was a great movie. There was some plot to it, with Shrek becoming king and all that. Now, I heard that Shrek 5 or 6, I believe, is coming out, and that is very good. It's pretty cool, pretty interesting. Alright, then I'm at the 9-minute mark. Let's see what else I should talk about. Let's talk about macaroni and cheese. Yeah. I'm sorry if this isn't as philosophical as yesterday. I'm just kind of crazy. Today's April Fool's and Easter. Pretty good. So mac and cheese. Now, everybody knows the classic mac and cheese. But my favorite combination of mac and cheese, I would have to say Parmesan, Parmesan. What was that other cheese? Well, Parmesan, mozzarella, and little, the macaroni. I love that cheese combination. It's very good. And occasionally I put, I'm an Asian, so I have to put lots of spices in my food. So I'll just take some pepper, like red peppers, put them in there, and it adds a nice kick to the mac and cheese, and it's really good. Now that's without meat. If you're going with meat, then add every possible meat you can. Mac and cheese can't get worse with meat. And so mac and cheese is very good. Also, I still don't have a name to my podcast. I'd like to put one, or tell me one, I guess. Mac and cheese is really good. I would say, like, the ideal, perfect mac and cheese is the creamiest, softest cheese, and it doesn't burn you. Like cheese, so that when you pull it up, it comes with it, and so you gotta twirl around your fork or whatever you're eating it with to get the cheese off. Yeah, that, for me, that would be the ideal, perfect mac and cheese. Definitely. There would be nothing better than that. Now, let's see. Oh yeah. You can also have mac and cheese, like, for other things. Like, what if you ate mac and cheese without the cheese, just mac? You'd just be eating noodles. Maybe you could put some seasoning on there. What about just eating melted cheese? That's one of the things I would do. Just eat plain cheese. I would do that. Like, without even eating the mac, I'll just eat cheese. Purple Geiger V-neck. Alright. Without a doubt, I would just eat cheese. I'm the type of person who would eat anything. And if you know me, then you know that. I would eat anything. It's cheese. So, what's wrong with it? It gives you the fart. It gives you the farts, but I mean, like, it's cheese. So what's wrong with it? You know? I'd eat a lot of stuff. If someone gave me money for it, I'd eat, like, anything. I'd eat, like, straight up roadkill, just raw roadkill. It's fresh roadkill. I'd eat that for, like, $1,000. Maybe less. I would eat it. Because, I mean, yeah, roadkill, I would eat it. I would definitely eat it. If you paid me enough money, I would eat anything. Because it's good. Ooh, that's pretty. What else now? Let's see. Oh, I'm almost at the 15-minute mark. Alright, I think I'll do this one in 16 minutes today. Oh, yeah, right. So my brother brought up the idea of the creation of life. So one of his friends at school said, humans were the first living organisms. And then he, my brother, and two others said, no, we evolved. And I said to that, everything can be traced back to a higher power. And that is kind of true, yeah. Everything can be traced back to a higher power. For example, if we evolve, then came from the Big Bang, which is what it would lead to, then what caused the Big Bang? And that's what I asked him. And so then he told me it came from a star. And I asked him, what did that star come from? And he said it came from multiple other stars. So, I mean, that's just one of the many theories about the creation of our universe. But eventually, it all leads back to a higher power of some sort, in one step or another. So, that's like the concept of, I guess that's the concept of life, and I think that was really unique, where did we come from? Sounds dumb now. It sounds dumb now that I'm just speaking about where life came from just after I was talking about Shrek. But then again, that's my podcast. Aha. And so, thought that was pretty strange, neat. So, I mean, Big Bang, it could be an infinite cycle where we're just very tiny relative to a bigger, more giant universe. Or we're just very large relative to a very tiny universe. Inside every atom could be another universe. And we could be living inside an atom that'd be much larger. So then I brought up the idea of us living in a cow's butt. And so, if our entire universe was inside an atom, it is possible that we could be living inside of a cow's butt. It's a cow butt. I mean, that's funny. Because we could be living inside of a cow butt. It's funny. It's true, we could be living inside of a cow butt. So, I mean, it's true. You can't argue with me. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here for my podcast. I'll get back to you tomorrow. See you guys in the next video.